All right, now we have to work under the assumption that Darth Vader, or Anakin Skywalker, after getting his ass burned pretty badly on Dante's Inferno planet, Mustafar? Is that it? I don't know. So, we have to assume that he still has an ass, okay? And some semblance of stumps for legs. You have to give me that in the following thingy that I'm going to put forth immediately following. Once you click here, I agree. Okay, go ahead and click it. Click it! Okay. For those of you that clicked, 18 or older, etc., etc. Do you suppose Darth Vader wears underwear? And you see, I'm kind of sorry I had that thought, question, whatever you want to call it. I've dropped my footstool. Because once I had that thought, I gotta scratch my back. Oh, with a cold piece of steel. Oh, that's the way I like it, baby. Give it to me cold. A little necrophilia in that. That'll make a man out of you. Never hurt nobody. Come on. Some time in the pokey, not the big house, and a little necrophilia. That'll make a man out of you. Oh. That's kind of better. Ooh. Oh, I found it. Hold on. Oh, there it is. I got it. Oh. I'm gonna live. I know you're happy. You're elated to learn that. You are elated to learn. I've noticed that because I slur, and the microphone is good, but it's not that good. So it makes the slur even worse. So I have to try to speak a little more clearly to my 24 dedicated non-viewing listening subscribers. Okay. It gets worse because once you consider that being a possibility, that Anakin Skywalker, though his ass be burned 6 ways to Sunday, still might have the need for underwear. Are you with me up to this point? I hope you are, because this is because what's coming next is, it's important. It's a punchline. This lame ass story that I'm telling you. Okay, if Darth Vader wore underwear, do you suppose he'd have pictures of little boys all over it? I know. See, you have to be careful with your thoughts, because once you think one thought, it's kind of like the scientific process. You answer a question through scientific exploration, and then you only get 2 more questions out of it. See, it's kind of like that, but not really anything like that whatsoever. So, okay, now that's what you call my warm-up act. We've talked about this, I think, in other vignettes. Warm-up. That's my warm-up. Are we warm? I'm pretty stoned. Are we warm, though? Okay, here we go. You ready? Hold on, because I need you to put I need you to think. It hurts. 21 pilots. It hurts. Thinking too much. So, passion. That's the word for the day, passion. Now, if you go to the dictionary, we all know what we're going to find there that are literate enough to circumnavigate our way to that entry. You know, we know pretty much what it's going to say. You know, having an expressed or a keen interest, or pursuing something with great, intent, determination, and all that sounds great. You know, when you read it on the page for the definition or hear it. But does that really cover the word passion? It doesn't to me. It falls woefully short. I laid down a rather grim track a couple tracks back called Stella. I understood the artist's intent. It is said that there's a fine line between love and hate. There's a fine line between a lot of things. Survival and death at any given moment. So, the pendulum swings this way and that between the wuthering heights and being cast down to earth. Remember wuthering, John speak? I get to use it that way. Shut up. Please. Let me have my own new speak, John speak. I don't ask much. So, and I said I understood him, the artist's intent. There's a fine line between sanity and madness. Or, excuse me, it's often palmed off as that, isn't it? Let me reword that. There's a fine line between genius and madness. Kirk says to Spock, you cannot say genius does not work on an assembly line. You cannot say, today I will be brilliant. It's kind of like my poetry. I cannot say, I'm going to sit down today and write a reasonable poem. There's either inspiration there or there isn't for me to do so for the poetry writing, for the creative writing. So is that passion? Inspiration? Can we use that as a, get your NIMS right. Get your NIMS right. You misspoke on another track. Can we use that as a synonym? Which is not, you could use a homonym or a homograph or. What is passion? And isn't it a bit redundant to say unbridled passion? You've heard that. Yeah, you have. See? Look at that. Look, I here. I put it in front of you. You've heard that. Unbridled passion. Well, isn't that kind of like a double, again, a double thingy, like myself? Doesn't passion say it all? Isn't passion unbridled? In its fullest example, in its fullest expression. Isn't that without borders? Somebody grab me some doctors. Isn't that borderless? Isn't that unbridled? I hope some shrinks get to hear this track. They'll fuck with their minds. I will fuck up some shrinks. Well, if it's fair to say that, passion passion has no boundaries. I think it's fair to say that. Otherwise, you do the word an injustice, much like trying to put God in a box. So you do for passion when you try and limit it, its expression, or say that it can be truly tamed or curbed. Perhaps in action and in deed, but in spirit, can it be? I think not. Once the fuse is lit, it is indeed unbridled. It's very similar to madness. You see? Know thyself. Know thyself. Know what you are feeling and why you are feeling it. If I may borrow loosely from a televangelist, very loosely indeed, know what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. Only then can you truly bridle it.